Hi, this is Matt Ellgen, licensed educator with the Minnesota Board of Education, certified personal trainer, weight management specialist, and certified health and wellness coach through Mayo Clinic Medical School. The presentation you're about to hear is called Finding You, the Search for Inclusion.
So we're going to break this up into 4 different sections. The first one is going to be finding you. Second one is going to be creating the environment. Then we're going to go through technology and finding clients through that. Then what do you do with that information? So what I've done is I've created my own model in terms of layers. So these layers are going to be called the person-centered circle. We have number 1, underestimate, number 2, unknown, 3, understand, 4, unify, and then at the center of it all, there's going to be the client and inclusion. So these are barriers that we have to break through in order to get to the part of inclusion. First one is going to be underestimate. We want to be able to give clients these types of opportunities, but we're afraid of what might happen. We're also underestimating what they may or may not be able to do. And without them being able to actually do it, and we see what's working, what's not working, we are then able to then highlight some of those things that didn't work, and we can leave success left behind. The next layer that we're going to be talking about is the unknown. And the analogy that I like to give is that when you step into a room, either the lights can be on or they can be off. And sometimes when we try new client opportunities, we can kind of feel like we're stepping into a dark room. We're not sure what's there. That's kind of what it feels like in my mind when we're trying opportunities sometimes with clients. But it is through the understanding that we can bring to light these dark rooms and then give us relief from the fears, and then that can lead to opportunities for those clients. We're going to dive into layer 3, which is the understanding part. We understand by observing. These are the habits, the behaviors, the tendencies, triggers. And then once we find those habits, triggers, and so on, we do note taking. And then through those notes, we're able to see these patterns, and then we can make those tendencies easier to identify. And it can be positive too. So if something good is happening, we want to know, how did this happen, where, so that we can get an idea of how can we recreate that as well. So this brings us to unify. And unify I think of as the puzzle piece. Quick analogy here. You have the client, who is the centerpiece. You have a program that you want to try. That's that piece. And you want to see if they connect with it. Sometimes those pieces might not work together. And it's important to recognize that, and then, if need be, try a new piece. They need to be included in how their lives work. And when you do that, you have a better buy-in. Teachers for years have understood that if you include students in what they're doing, in how their homework even works, then they have a better buy-in. You would see less behaviors, for example, and you actually see better results in terms of, like I said, for teachers, better test scores even. So we give room to bloom. We're consistent. We nurture them physically, mentally, medically. We establish a foundation, and we give them a place that they can thrive and to grow. Fourth, I started a program, the Mayo Clinic Health and Wellness Coaching Project through AME. I did Zoom meetings, kind of like what we're having right now, and did health and wellness coaching with them. We're asking about things that they like, things that they don't like. I'm searching for ways to include and search for things that they like to add into their programs. Having that information go to PCs or directors so that they can implement that into their programs, so that they then have a better buy-in. Through this program that I conducted with the clients for this Mayo Clinic Health and Wellness Project, the number of documented target behaviors decreased on average 35.75 per client during the clinical trial. Part of what we do in terms of fitness, the clients are choosing themselves. In one case, a client is doing Zumba. Another client is doing boxing right now. One client is doing dancing. One client is doing step-ups. And if they don't care for it, they change it. They can do that. So we have certain aspects of that we say we need to do these parts, but we definitely want them to have a say and an option in doing that. And again, their weight loss was 3.4 pounds on average. And so by doing these things that they like to do, they had a better buy-in. We also saw that blood sugar and blood pressure had improved as well in the readings. One client was taking off 2 different medications for blood sugar since the conclusion of the program itself. I thank you for listening, and that's been Finding You.